Hello everyone, this is Dr. Ghanshyam Chauhan. Welcome back in the another session of Social and Preventive Pharmacy. Students, today we will focus on the topic chikungunya. So in chikungunya, what are the various points that we will discuss here? In chikungunya, how it can be spread, how it can be prevented and how it will manage, that all things we will focus in this topic. It is a chikungunya, not chikungunya. To be pronounced as a chick or gunya. It is not written as a chikungunya. Nothing to do with the chicken or mutton eating. Derived from the Makonde verb kun gunyala. In Swahili, it means to become contorted, or more specifically as that which bends up, referred to the stooped posture of the patients. So in this, as you know, in chikungunya our posture has been bended. We are having inflammation at various places, at various joints, so our posture will be collapsed. You cannot stand on your legs. Symptoms in chikungunya, it can be accompanied with the chikungunya virus fever. Fever is there more than 1 day. Budgie chicks virus infections, knuckle fever is there, Mitra virus infections, Semiliki forest virus infections. So these all are the synonyms of chikungunya virus. Should we be panicky? A common viral infections. It is self-limiting, non-fatal illness, and if you won't take any medicine, it can be self-controlled. It is having certain symptoms like fever, myalgia. What is myalgia? It is pain in our muscles. Myalgia occurs. Arthralgia. It is pain in our joints. Arthralgia. It is last for 2 to 7 days. Should give big name for it and be panicky. Should create such media hype and chaos. Actually, it has been located in some localities, in some people, and a bunch of people was suffered with this disease, and that's why it has spread panic condition among the patients. How to control, how to treat these patients, and all need to be hospitalized into the hospitals. That's why the number of patients has been increased surprisingly. That's why it have produced the panic conditions. Now clinical epidemiology, in that a disease has been spread all over the Asian countries. It includes India, China, Myanmar, Bangladesh, after that Singapore, Thailand, all these Asian and South Asian countries. Also it have spread over the African countries like South Africa, Botswana, Ghana, Sudan, Nigeria, Tanzania. After that these Seychelles, Madagascar, these countries. Asian distribution, if you see again, India, China, Bangladesh, Myanmar, after that Sri Lanka, these Thailand, Singapore, all these countries, Jakarta, Indonesia. Here there are some cases. For example, in Nashik district, in Malegaon, more than 2000 cases was there of chikungunya. In the Maldives, it was 600 cases. In Seychelles, more than 6000 cases at one time. Also in India, in Andhra, more than 5000 cases at one time. So that's why surprisingly the cases has been emerged in 2006. Epidemiological triangles, it is a triangle that you should know. It includes environment, host means we, human being, after that the virus can be carried by the mosquito, and mosquito can be spread through the environment, the vector, because the vector, that virus and that virus carrying mosquito are the part of environment. If you will keep environment free from the mosquito, if you will keep the environment clean, so there won't be any chances to be spreading of these viruses. So their interaction occurs. If dirty environment is there, it can be spread to the virus, means virus can be spread to the vector, and that vector can be infect to the host, and cycle completes. So in this fashion, again from the host, again virus go to the another host, and it can be spread. Transmission occurs from one person to the another person. History: the virus infection transmitted to the human by the bite of infected mosquito. Mosquito are the culprits. It has become endemic in South and Central Asia. First outbreak in 1952 on Mekong Plateau, border between Tanganyika and Mozambique. First published report is from Africa in 1955 by Maron Robinson and W.H.R. Lumsden. Recent large epidemic occurred in Malaysia in 1999. The chikungunya virus. What is the virus? It is a causative agent of RNA virus. It is a one type of virus. Its class is arbovirus. It is also called as arthropod-borne virus. Its family is Togaviridae and its genus is Alphavirus. Its species is chikungunya virus. Not chicken, it is chikungunya. Try to concentrate on the words. Similar to Semliki forest viruses in Africa and Asia. Chikungunya virus, if you will see under the microscope, it will look like this. It is spherical in shape. Transmission: reservoir non-human primates in Africa. No animal reservoir is found in India. Means it cannot be spread through the animals like scattles or in other animals. Maintained in nature by man mosquito man cycle. It is simply man mosquito man cycle. There is no involvement of any other animals. The vector is Aedes aegypti. This is a specialized type of mosquito. This mosquito is also involved into the dengue virus, dengue malaria. And another type of the mosquito is A. albopicus mosquito. So both are Aedes albopicus and Aedes aegypti. These both the types of the mosquitoes are involved. They are work as a carrier of this virus. Same vector as for dengue and yellow fever. The vehicle for transmission is none. No known mode other than mosquito bite. Incubation period is 2 to 12 days. Now the vector. The vector is Aedes aegypti mosquito. Its flight range is more than 100 meter. It is aggressive daytime biter. It is surprisingly that we are thinking if mosquito bite at night then we will suffer from this disease, but especially this chikungunya can be developed when the mosquito will bite you in daytime and not in night time, and under the lights bite ankles. Once infected, it has virus until death 30 days. So once you are infected, the virus is there almost for 30 days in your body. It is a man-made mosquito, preferred its owner. Breeding occurs in man-made household containers. Indoor, periodomestic, freshwater mosquito. Metallic, plastic, rubber, cement and earthen containers. There are various containers which you are using for our household or domestic purposes, where we are filled with this water and other garbages, and where the mosquitoes are laying their eggs there. So in also in air coolers, ACs, old oil drums, and where are the various equipments which are using the garbages also. So there they can be spread, they can hide themselves. This is the Aedes aegypti. So try to recall, fix this structure in your mind. This is the mosquito, this is the culprit which we are searching for. And if you will see the specialty of this, they are having white spot on their legs. Not only on their legs but also all over their bodies the white spots are there. So you can easily identify them. they are not too much large in size, they are medium or medium to small in size than the normal mosquitoes. This is the Aedes albopicus. This is the also called as tiger mosquito. More or less like same structure, same spotting is there on this mosquito also. So where they can lay their eggs, where they can find themselves secure. So these are the places where they can find themselves secure, they can hide themselves. So on the various places where water can be accumulated in the drainage, in the area where we are keeping water or we are storing water for longer period. So in the such area, in this locality, the this mosquito can hide themselves, they can stay there, they can increase their numbers. Also in the tires, on the tubes, on the hollow parts, on the broken pots, broken things, buckets, here they can spread, they can lay their eggs, they can increase their breeding in that area. Why only Aedes mosquito? Scanning electron microscope, electron micrograph of the mid gut cell of the mosquito. Here these are the gut cells of mosquito, mid gut cells. The location of the chick virus binding proteins, where the viruses are binding to the guts of this mosquito only, not in case of other mosquitoes. So these are the gut, means they are the intestine part, lumen part of the intestine, where the mosquitoes are they can providing the area where this chikungunya virus are binding there. It is a location for virus protein binding, and not transmitted to the progeny of mosquito. It is a specialty. Means it is not directly transmitted to the newborn baby or the fetus of the mosquito or their spores. So it is a special thing of this virus. The recent epidemics. Notable outbreaks in 1963 to 1965, an epidemic was reported in Calcutta. 4% of the people were later found to be seropositive. In 1973, an epidemic 37% in Barshi place, it is Taluka place in Solapur, where more than 37% people were suffering from that chikungunya. 2006 present epidemic after 33 years in the largest. More than 9 lakh people or more cases in Andhra Pradesh. It is a major outbreak, and more than 5 lakh cases from the Karnataka and 66,000 from Bangalore. In Maharashtra, 2 lakh cases was there. In Gujarat, 2,500, Tamil Nadu 49,000, and Orissa 4,000 cases. In MP, 43,000 cases. So in this fashion, all over the India the cases was there. Most recent epidemic was occurred in Malaysia also in 1999, also in the French island 2005. Epidemic was also recorded in Mauritius 2005, also in Madagascar, Seychelles 2005, Hong Kong, Malaysia also 2005, and in the largest Indian in 2005, December 2005, and mostly in the Andhra in India. The Indian epidemic started in November 2005, Andhra, Karnataka, all over the India it has been spread, but not too much in UP and Bihar. Attack rates in urban localities, it is more. We don't know why, but it is more as compared with our rural locality. Usual age group is above 15 years, but it is mostly to the adults. Children are not affected too much. Family clustering in cases, usual attack rates vary from 3 to 40% of populations. Average attack rate is 10%, means if your population is 100, so in 10% people will be affected with this. Herd immunity restricts further spreading. That is very important thing, herd immunity. But whereas if you see this COVID-19, we are also discussing about the herd immunity, but it has not been developed yet because the virus is changing its shape and structure and mutation occurs, but there is no mutation in this chikungunya virus. So if you have developed the herd immunity, you can restrict their spreading. Why it is Sudden epidemic. Analysis of the recent Indian epidemic has suggested that increased severity of the disease is due to the change in the genetic sequence altering the virus code protein, which potentially allows it to multiply more easily in mosquito cells. Why is the quasi pandemic? Several distinct variants of virus, a change in the position of 226 of E1 coat of protein. This A226V mutation caused the virus to more easily invade and multiply in the mosquitoes. So this is the specialized protein which is responsible for its multiplication. Three protein changes in the non-structural proteins NSP1, NSP2, NSP3. This mutant virus from the neonatal encephalopathy cases, means in the neonatal encephalopathy cases we will find this mutant virus. Now, clinical features. Symptoms: sudden onset of fever. Fever immediately starts if you are having the infections. Also, along with that fever, we are having chill sensation, headache, continued headache is there, nausea, vomiting, and abdominal cramp, abdominal pain is there. Joint pain means arthralgia is there, lots of pain is there in your joints. Joint swelling will occur sometimes without swelling also, with swelling also. Low back pain and rash, very similar to those in dengue, but unlike in dengue, no hemorrhagic or shock syndrome. Clinical features. Incubation period is 2 to 12 days, usually 3 to 7 days. It depends on the patients. In sometimes it can extend up to 12 days also, up to within 3 days or 7 days also patient will show its clinical significance. Viremia lasts for 5 days, means in your virus is in your blood for lasts for 5 days. It is infective periods in which you will find all the symptoms. Silent chikungunya virus in apparent infection in children. Flu-like symptoms are there: severe headache, chills, high grade fever 40 degrees Celsius or 104 Fahrenheit. Arthralgia or arthritis will occur, it lasting for several weeks also. Though the virulent or that viral load has been declining in our body, still you are showing that effects. Also, conjunctival suffusion. What is conjunctival suffusion? Means there is drain, or it is a continue fluid comes from your conjunctiva, so it is called conjunctival suffusion. Fluid comes from your conjunctiva. And mild photophobia. What is photophobia? Means we are having phobia for light. When you are exposed to the sunlight, we are blinking our eyes and tears may come out from the eyes. There is lots of pain when you are exposed to the sunlight, so we are trying to avoid that sunlight, direct sunlight. It is called photophobia. Also, nausea, vomiting, abdominal pain and severe weakness may occur. Other arthralgia, the small joint of the lower and upper limbs where the pain will occur. The migratory polyarthralgia. What is migratory polyarthralgia? Means that arthralgia, pain in the joint, will migrate from one joint to the another joint. Suppose if you are having joint in the knee, it can spread to the joint into the pain into the ankle joint. So from one joint to the another joint it will spread, not much effusions. Larger joints may also infected, like knee and ankle joints. You cannot stand on your legs. Pain worsen in the morning, less by the evening. So it is the timing, according to timing, the disease has been increase and decrease. Joint may be swollen and painful to touch. Some patients have incapitation joint pains. Arthritis may last for weeks or months as well. Here you can see person cannot stand on his legs. Lots of pain is there during standing also. That's why persons are allowed to sit or allowed to take a bed rest for a longer period. to avoid such pain, because if we will increase their pain, it will increase their inflammation, and it will difficult to come back to the normal position. Here the pain is there, and also along with that pain the fever is there for few days, up to 3 days or more than 7 days also fever may occurs in certain cases. Skin rash in dengue, like that the skin rash is there, the erythema, the small spots will be occurs in these conditions of chikungunya. Also skin rash, here you can see the patches are there, white patches, the skin rash will occur all over the body in all the parts. Petechiae on the fits, here you can see the petechial hemorrhoids, the petechial blisters will occur in our fits. The burden, what is burden? Because at one time if 1000 patients will come into a hospital, so such condition will develop. It is a condition like pandemic, like that at one time, and nobody knows how to tackle that patients, so they are immediately turning toward the hospitals for relief. Rare clinical features: a petechial or maculopapular rash usually involving into the limbs may occur. Hemorrhage is rare. Nasal blotchy erythema, so from the nasal the patches has been developed, the red color patches has been developed, so it is called nasal blotchy erythema. And fecal like pigmentation over the centrofacial area, so fecal like means the spot like round red colored spot, red color pigmentation are developed, and that red color pigmentation can turn into the dark red color pigmentation over the centrofacial area, so at the center part of your face. Flagellae pigmentation on the face and the extremity. And lichenoid eruption, it is a fungal infection, so that lichenoid eruption and hyperpigmentation in the exposed area, so it also occurs, that eruption occurs, that typical that nodules has been developed, eruption has been developed, and lichenoid means that scaly like eruption occurs, means the scale becomes hard and that scale are easy to erupt from our skin, so that scaly like symptoms, that the symptoms which occurs to the fungal infections, that we will see like eczema, so that type of that sort of infection, that sort of situation or the condition has been developed due to these lichenoid eruptions. Rare clinical features in that multiple aphthous like ulcer, so that ulcer has been developed especially in case of the scrotum, means near your testis, coring of testis, it is called scrotum, so at that area the ulcer has been developed, the crural areas and the axial areas. Unilateral or bilateral lymphoedema of the limbs has occurred here. Lymphoedenopathy not common, but may be there. Multiple ecchymosis spots in the children. What is ecchymosis? Means from the blood capillaries the blood will come, bleeding occurs, it is called ecchymosis spots in the children, so it occurs from the various parts of the body. And vesiculobullous lesion in the infants, so in the infants the blisters has been developed, the blisters bullae has been developed, and due to which the swelling of that skin part has been occurred, and if you are touched it will look like bump has been developed, so it is the vesiculobullous lesions has been developed. And subinguinal hemorrhage can be developed, it is nothing but the vein below your nail the hemorrhage develop, and it can also get converted into the pus formation, so that infection can be there below your nail at your area of skin and nail, so where that hemorrhage can be developed. Severe meningoencephalitis are rare. It is nothing but the when it can spread into your brain and inflammation of your brain occurs, and it is a severe condition. It may become life threatening in some cases. It mostly occurs in the fetus. Course of illness: fever typically lasts for 2 to 3 days and comes down. Sometimes it normally it will come down within the 3 days, but it will require treatment in some cases. Fever may reoccur after 3 days also. Means after 3 days, if you are not having any fever, again it can come back. It is called saddleback fever. Some rare cases, fever lasts up to couple of weeks. It will stay for a couple of weeks also. Patients do have prolonged fatigue for several weeks. High fever and cramping joint pain marked with this endemic. Joint pain, intense headache, insomnia, and extreme degree of prostration may last for 5 to 7 days. Lifelong immunity: once one suffer from this infection, it will develop the lifelong immunity into the patients. Who are at greater risk? Especially pregnant women, elderly people who are having age about 65, newborns, women in general, diabetic, and immunocompromised patients who are having less immunity, and patients with severe chronic illness. These are at the borderline. Chikungunya virus morbidity. Chikungunya is a self-limiting illness. It means by our immunity, it can self-treated. Cause of prolonged morbidity are severe dehydration, electrolyte imbalance, loss of glycerin control. Recovery is the rule. In about 3 to 5% incidence of prolonged arthritis will occur. Mortality: a few deaths have been reported. There are certain examples. It was thought to be due mainly to inappropriate use of antibiotics and NSAIDs. So the death has been occurred only due to the inappropriate use of the antibiotics and NSAIDs. Virus can cause thrombocytopenia. These drugs can cause gastric erosions, thus leading to fatal upper GI bleeding. Use of steroids for the joint pains and inflammation. This is dangerous and completely unwarranted. Pregnancy and chikungunya virus. Mother to fetus transmission can occur, reported between 3 to 4.5 months of the gestation. Maternal IgG develops in 2 weeks after chikungunya virus. This passes through placenta, confers protection. Intrapartum risk is 48% if mother has viremia. Means from mother to the fetus transmission occurs at the time of parturition when the delivery occurs. So that intrapartum period 48% chances are there if mother is having that virus infections. Neonatal infections are very mild, fully recover. No miscarriage or congenital malformations has been occurred. Vertical transmissions. Vertical maternal fetal transmission of the chikungunya virus. 10 cases of newborn among 84 pregnant women has been occurred, and it has been reported into this paper, published in this paper. Pregnancy in chikungunya virus. In June 2005 to Jan 2006, 84 pregnant women with chikungunya virus has been reported. In 88% cases, the newborn are asymptomatic. 10 newborn has severe attacks, 4 meningoencephalitis, 3 with intravascular coagulations. No infant have died. 1 case of severe intracerebral hemorrhage, had severe thrombocytopenia. All confirmed by specific serology of PCR or both. Laboratory diagnosis. In that, 4-fold or more rise in HI antibody. It is hemoagglutinogen assay inhibitory antibody. So it is and also another is IgM capture ELISA using monoclonal antibodies. Indirect immunofluorescent test is also one of the criteria for identification. Virus isolation, infant Swiss albino mice, nucleic acid amplification by PCR polymerase chain reaction, and RT-PCR. It is reverse transcriptase PCR. It is now it is become very common, RT-PCR. Everybody know its long form. Laboratory diagnosis: IgM capture ELISA, good serological test, not commercially available. It is also available in NIA, it is National Institute of Virology at Pune, and also NICD, it is National Institute of Communicable Disease at Delhi. Positive after 5 to 10 days and last up to 6 months. This this hemoagglutinogen inhibitory antibody appears on day 3 or 4. RT-PCR confirmatory before 5th day. Value of RT-PCR: real-time PCR score over conventional PCR. Positive in the phase of viremia up to 5 days. Transportation of sample to be at 2 degree to 8 degree Celsius. It is confirmatory test with high specificity. Treatment of chikungunya virus. So treatment includes, there are specific treatment for chikungunya virus. No vaccine or preventive pill is available. The illness is usually self-limiting. If you are having good immunity, you can be self-treated without any drug also. It will resolve with time over a period of 10 days. So within a week or 10 days, it can be resolved. No relapse occurs, no second attack is there if you are having good immunity. Convulsions may take longer because the symptoms will take more time to resolve. Symptomatic treatment occurs only. You should give the treatment only symptomatically. Chikungunya drug. The France developed a new drug to treat. We are confident today that a drug to treat chikungunya will be made available, and we are hopeful that this drug will be available at very end of this year or at the year of start of 2007. Treatment: the rest of the patient and mild movements of the joints, cold compresses to inflamed joints. So according to that, you should take the treatments. Liberal fluid intake of IV fluids. You should also take the various electrolyte supplements through IV. Analgesics and NSAIDs like paracetamol, ibuprofen, or aclofenac or diclofenac, they are most preferably has been prescribed to the patients. Naproxen sodium and the aspirin should be avoided during this. Hydroxychloroquine sulfate also has been prescribed. Also the chloroquine phosphate to 50 mg also has been prescribed. So it is a bunch of treatment by this way only this is the window through which you have to give the drug, not more than that. Not an antibiotic or any higher antibiotic has been prescribed in this treatment. We should treat only symptomatically. For the pain, swelling and fever, you have to treat symptomatically. What not to give? No indication for antibiotics. Never use costly large spectrum of antibiotics. No indication for long-term steroids. Also don't use the antiviral drugs. No indication for short-term steroid also in the acute phase of illness. Rarely, if the joint swell persists, we may consider use of steroid in short time only. So that things you should keep in the mind during the treatments. Ayush. If you see the Ayush, there is no comment for this alternative medicine. No any positive outcome has been found for Ayush. Management of cases: rest in the bed will help to hasten the recovery. So rest is very important for the patients. Infected persons should be protected from further mosquito exposure. That is very important. Reinfection should not be there to the patients. Staying indoor and under a mosquito net. To use a mosquito net is the best way to get away from the mosquito during the first few days of illness. This is to reduce transmission to others. So by this way we are avoiding the transmission to the another human being. Pregnancy and lactation. So NSAID in pregnancy. Use of NSAID during early or late stage of pregnancy is not associated with the congenital abnormalities and prematurity or low birth weight, but there is significant link between NSAID use and the miscarriage in the first trimester. In third trimester may cause premature delivery. Recommended stopping NSAID 6 to 8 weeks before delivery to prevent premature closure of fetus ductus arteriosus. So it is a deformity which occurs into the heart, ductus arteriosus. Lactating woman. Can woman suffering from early signs of chikungunya breastfeed her month-old baby? So it is better if you do not. If you will avoid it, it is better. During early stages fever, there is viremia and some of the virus may be present in the breast milk also. That's why it can affect. It will affect to the newborn also, and the newborn don't have any monocyte macrophages system. That's why they are not able to fight against them. Preventive and mosquito bite, that is very important. How to prevent? So these are the culprits. So how to prevent that from their biting to us, that is very important here. So prevention from the mosquito bites, use insect repellent such as DET. It is a diethyl toluene on exposed skin, which will not allow to bite this mosquito and insects. Wear long sleeves pants, treat cloths with permethrin, have secure screen on windows and doors, get rid of mosquito breeding sites by emptying standing water from flower pots, buckets, etc. Changing the water in pet dishes in bird baths weekly, drill holes in the swings, no water drain out, keep children wading pools empty. These are the precautions that you should make continuously. Then and then you can prevent this chikungunya here. So in this fashion you should wear, you should protect yourself, you should not expose any part of your body so that the mosquito can bite you. Vector control measures: cover all tanks, cisterni where you can collect your waters, barrels, containers, remove old tires, tins, buckets, bottles, clogged gutters. You should make them flow. Your gutters and drainage system, it should be cleared. Change water in the deep trays. Plant pots twice a week. Tank need to be covered and cleaned 2 weeks. Weed and tall grass to be cut short. Hiding and Temphos, it is a chemical which can be used for large water tanks. It means these chemicals not allowing, they are the larvicides, they are killing the larva of that mosquitoes. So they are in this fashion, they are decreasing their breeding, they are controlling their reproduction by using this Temphos. So here in our home, how you can do, how we can change the water of our flowering pot, how we can maintain the hygiene condition in our home, that you can see here at everywhere. Correct linking taps, if your linking is there, you should correct by asking to the person who is plumber, so he will fix it, the problem. Cover over a tanks, whatever domestic water collections are there, that you should remove immediately from that place. Properly close the garbage bins. Peri-domestic fumigation should be there. The fumes are killing the mosquitoes, so you should use it continuously nearby your area of domestic area. Also the area where the mosquito can hide themselves, they can increase their numbers, there also you can do this. Mosquito magnet machine is there which kill the mosquitoes. and I see activities aware of the chikungunya virus. Mass media, TV, radio, newspapers, awareness of vectors and its control. You should make awareness in the peoples so that they can identify the mosquitoes, and they should aware with their health, and they can take the proper steps for avoiding such infections to prevent from the infections. And involvement of the various NGOs which are providing the funds to do such tasks, special campaigns for the peoples, punishments for the non-compliance, that is also very important. So in this session today we have come across with the chikungunya virus, their infections, their management, treatment and prevention. I hope you understood the whole chapter. Thanks a lot for hearing me. Bye.